Okay, I think this is called Horne Trail, Horn, and it's right off of Blackstone. Come on, Jeannie, let's just go. We have plenty of time to do that one. And look at how pretty that is right there. You see all that? Look at that. That looks like a new forest. Oh, and we have a little plank that we might have to cross. I'm not sure. See? We have those planks. Or we can go this way, which is a little tricky. You gotta step over there. I might want to do the planks. Because let's see if the plank is nice and solid. Yeah, very solid. They put a piece of wood in there, part of a railroad tie to keep it solid. And she is going to go over it the old-fashioned way with the rocks and hiking, what do you call those things? Hiking sticks. And then we have a massive tree right there, with the roots exposed. And this trail is nothing fancy like Cataract, but there's a meandering stream all along it. Little spots like that, a little bit of rushing water, and towards the end of it there is a man-made stone wall. Why it was made, I don't know. I guess that could be part of my questions about this trail. So it's a brick wall or a stone wall, and looks like there was a pipe underneath it. And it's spilling out pretty strong at this time of the year, and we will see that. And this looks like a little trail right here too, Jeannie. But that other one we went past, it looked like it was so unused. I didn't think it could be the right one. And so here's one of our crossings. You can go on the log, which maybe I'll do it again. This is a little more tricky because it's wet and not flat. And I made it. And then we have the other way, using the walking sticks over the stones, which is probably the better option, but oh well. I've been known for not always making the better choices. So, again, the stream or creek or whatever you want to call it is meandering down. Nothing intense like Cataract Falls, but this hike is much longer. And I think you started by going to Blackstone Street or something in Marinwood. You make a left on Blackstone, and it dead ends and drops you right into this trail. And this one, once we get to that waterfall spot, then we make a left and go up a deer switchback. It's really, really small trail, and it switchbacks up a very steep incline. So that's the hard part of this hike, and it takes you to the top, and then you come down on I'm not sure. Hey, what's that street we come out on by when we finish this trail on the other side?
QueenStone to Miller Creek.
Oh, I don't know. I think she said, did you say PrinceStone?
QueenStone.
I can't hear you, Jeannie.
QueenStone.
Oh, QueenStone. I think it's the street we come out on, and that's still part of Marinwood. But this hike is, I don't know, it might be a 5-7 mile hike, and it can be intense. This part is easy, and it's all for the most part all canopy covered with the trees. Again, this is part of the creek. It's a nice little spot, a little baby waterfall right there. And again, this time of the year the water is much stronger. In the summer you come up and that stream is just a small trickle for the most part. But again, this is, in my opinion, the best time of year to go hiking. Just because of the amount of water that's coming down off the hills from the rain. And today is a really nice day. It's supposed to get into the 70s or 70, I'm not sure, but which is not hot, but it's definitely warm for January, towards the end of January. And here's another part of this little tiny, it's kind of nice looking. Again, it's just not very intense like cataract is, but it has its own little charm. And then as you can see right here, that's just a little smaller version of Cataract Falls, just a series of falls. And then we have to go, we can go that way to the left, there's a trail, but it gets a little tricky. The trail kind of ends out, you got to kind of do a ballet dance along the edge, which is not worth it. This is a little steeper, longer, but it's obviously a much safer trail. The one on the left is, I would say it's more of a deer trail. You have to be very sure-footed and determined. As a weekend hiker, I don't want to push anything. That's the kind of view of the other side in that little trail. Oh, we have a little friends up here. Whew. What's happening? What's up, buddy? Just stop. Oh, wow, look at this. This ought to be fun. And it looks like we have a tree that just came out. Probably very recent. And they haven't had a chance to clean it up, so we're gonna have to kind of, I don't know, do a limbo or something to get under it, or go over it. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I mean, I'm just gonna go over it like a horsey, and then crawl into this next one. You need a hand with this?
I might crawl under.
That's what I thought of too, but and now I got to crawl under. Wow, this is pretty unique. So she went the under route, and then under again. Here, grab her
Make
sticks.
sure I don't think my back's gonna hit.
Your backpack is rubbing a little bit. Okay, we got through that one.
We're doing a loop. Check this out.
I know, look at
I'm
that.
on that perch.
And then we have the,
It's gonna let a lot of sun in. It's gonna change everything.
oh wow, yeah, you can see we're probably fell from that hill right there.
Yeah.
And this perch that we're looking over now usually is wide open, but with this tree falling,
Came down.
there's a bunch of branches and it tore some other parts of trees down. So Mother Nature, that's what Mother Nature does. And there's a nice little waterfall right there.
Sometimes we come up. I think maybe that way or this way. I've gone.
You can go that side, remember?
Yeah, I've gone over there.
And then I'm doing something stupid, as humans do. This is a perch. It's pretty safe. It's pretty wide. So that's the little waterfall. And again, there's another creek that runs into it. And there's probably some kind of path going up that way. But that's I would say a more advanced type of path. In other words, you have to be prepared to maybe hands and knees occasionally. And then this is another one of the waterfalls. And again, in the summer, this wouldn't be anything but a little trickle. But right now with the rain we've had, it's a little more intense and picturesque. So now I'll get back on the trail. And again, this is Mother Nature. She doesn't mess around. And we continue on up the trail. And there's sun breaking through a little bit here and there. And again, this is like at Cataract Falls. The beginning of the trail is the most intense. I think it's like a 1,500 foot elevation climb, and it goes pretty quick. This trail is very gradual as we go. I mean, these paths aren't that steep. There's a couple uphills, but again, Cataract is much more intense of a climb.
You can go that way.
I could go that way, but what do you think?
You could go. I could.
Yeah, I could, but I'm trying to hold my camera and hike, so if I need to use my hands. So I'm gonna go up this way. It's a little tricky too, because if you slip, you go down this hill, but I don't plan on slipping. And again, more waterfalls, just little ones for the most part.
Animal trails or bike riders.
Yeah, and that's probably guys on their mountain bikes and maybe animals. Now we have more of the trail. A little crossing, not a problem. And again, I don't know, I think we're getting further up and it's a little less forested cover, canopy, whatever you call it. So there's a little bit more sun peeking through. There's another tree that has fallen in recent month or two, because I think we were up this trail a few months back and this wasn't here, or I don't remember it. And they also have probably here's another. Oh, there's a little waterfall up there. You can't really see it very well.
Cool.
But they have a department out here called CCC. I think they're the ones that trim these branches and limbs.
That's QueenStone.
And I'm sure they have these on their list, especially that first big one that blocked that trail up. They're gonna have to get it cut down. And this is oh, Jeannie, this might be it.
I was thinking about that one.
Yeah.
Not that one on the ground.
Oh, well, I think that's the one you came into, but
I went into the big one.
okay.
No, Rob, it wasn't little. It was bigger than my face.
Okay. And again,
and
this
showed me who was boss. But it didn't take me down or break my nose.
it broke your spirit for a minute.
It did, yeah.
So again, this is the view going back where we just came. Now we're, like I say, getting closer to the brick stone waterfall. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it's made out of, but I think it's stone. And I guess I think this is probably at one point was farmland, and maybe the farmer or the person that owned the land was building some kind of, I don't know, temporary reservoir or way to cap the water. And you'll see more about what I'm talking about when we get there. But it's just kind of odd. And then also up in this hill right here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's black pipe, and it looks like it was water pipe, but it looks like it was actually black gas pipe. I'm not sure. I can't see that far up, but it's been there for a long time. And I think that somehow connected to that brick waterfall that we're coming up on. And again, it could have been some kind of, I don't want to say irrigation, but could have been some way of diverting water down to the flatlands, because I'm sure Marinwood at one point was all farmland. So, and this was probably all privately owned at one point. Here's a nice little, cute little waterfall with pond. Very small. It's about 6-8 feet high. A couple of different streams coming off it. And we're coming up on a pretty good sized one very shortly. Might be able to see it already, I'm not sure. But this one has some real girth. Look at that. That's the little one, like a baby one. Like, look at, and there's the big one. Big and powerful. And the path starts getting a little steeper and narrower at this point. So you can see that drops down about maybe 20 feet, 15 feet, down to a little pool. Goes on down there. And there's going to be a series of them now. Pretty much all pretty small though. That's probably one of the bigger ones. And this is one of the tributaries. That's the right term. And again, this is a pretty steep little valley that this creek or stream or whatever you want to call it is in. And right here, it's pretty dense as far as the coverage. You don't see much sunlight. And this does get a little steeper for a while. And again, there's just a bunch of little ones as we continue up this path right there. And then also you can see how steep this hill is. It's pretty much straight up. It's almost like if you were to try to walk it, you'd be on your hands and knees getting up it. It's so steep, and it's pretty soft. So, and again, little smaller version. Nice little trickle. And got some massive rocks and some really massive trees that just grow on the side of these cliffs. Again, it's just more of a, oh, there's that pipe that I talked about. And right here, it looks like it's brown, but it's just, it was a black, I'm assuming they used it for water. It definitely wouldn't have been gas because it's wide open and exposed. And if it was gas, they obviously cut it off many years ago, but I'm pretty dang sure it's probably for water, or was for water. And I guess it's not worth trying to get it all pulled out of here, but it does look kind of strange when you're in this, not virgin forest obviously, but this, you know, nature and forest, and all of a sudden you see these big pipes coming out of nowhere. And it's one of those things where you look at it thinking, something's wrong with this picture. And again, I'll have something to do a little research on where and why that pipe was here. And again, I don't know if you can notice it, but there's the pipe runs along there still. And looks like we might have some scat right there. Pretty good sized critter, whatever it was, if it is scat. And then we have a little obstacle gotta climb over. What?
Well, this tree's probably been down for a while.
Yeah, it's been cut, Gina. You can see there, it's been cut right there. But remember, this one was cut last time we were here. And again, there's some more of that pipe. And I don't know if the CCC does it, which is Civilian Corps or something, I can't remember. But there are some rangers or somebody that does come into these trails and you know, chops down certain trees that are a hassle or a danger. So I'm sure there will be somebody coming in with some chainsaws and chopping them down so that people can use this trail and not have to try to climb through broken trees. But as I say that, I remember the ranger at Cataract Falls says that in the national parks, they're able to do maintenance on all the trails, but he said you can't bring power tools in. So a chainsaw is definitely a power tool. And I can't see how they could get that tree out of there without a chainsaw. I mean, they could do it like in the 1800s where they had two guys on a pole saw or whatever they were called, and they just pulled back and forth, but I don't see that happening anymore. But either way, that trail has to be cleaned up because, well, I don't know, because people pay taxes or something. I don't know. But like I say, we had to, I crawled over and under, and she went under and under. But you know, if you're somebody who's not able to do that, you would be restricted on this trail, and I don't think that's what they do around here. Anyway, trail is opening up again, a little bit of sunshine popping through. Trail is pretty tame at this point. The elevation is pretty moderate. Oh, I think we're coming up on the stone wall. I think, I'm not sure if this is it, but we'll find out. But I remember last time I was up here after the rain, there was a lot of water coming off this, and this might be it. I don't know why, but it's not that much water coming down. But anyway, again, as you can see, this was definitely a stone wall that was built. Okay, that bottom down there, the very bottom one that's peeing out water, I think that's a pipe that was connected to that black pipe that we've seen running along here. And but again, whoever built this stone wall, serious business. And then the trail keeps going up this way, which we've never gone that far up there. We turn to the left right there and go take this trail, which takes us to the top, and then we just go out that way and come down the backside. So, and it's nice up here, but it's not that much water. I'm kind of shocked. But again, I heard you can go this way, but I don't think that's for the faint of heart. I think you got to be, you know, maybe prepared, have maybe a lunch, or I don't know, plenty of water, because it doesn't look like there's, you know, any walking trails. You might maybe have to make your own trail. So, but this one is the switchback that I was telling you about, and this one just, you know, back and forth for about, I don't know,
Okay, so here's the difference.
half hour.